Here to talk about it this morning, Les Abend. He's a retired 777 Boeing captain and co-host of The Candid Cockpit, a podcast for passengers. Good morning to you. Great to have you on. Close calls, are there more of them, or are we just hearing more about them right now?
Well, I've been asked that question, and I had to do some research on it too. But it seems that there is. Granted, social media and various other outlets have found that they are on the increase, and I think both the FAA administrator and the NTSB will admit that.
I guess the next question is why, in the air and on the tarmac?
Yeah, well, that's the question of the year. It would be easy, be nice if we could just tie a ribbon around all of these particular incidents that you're showing up on the screen. But each one has different characteristics. Some of them may be pilot error type situations. Some of them may be controller error situations. It's hard to draw a common thread on all of these. What we can say is that the industry has been under a tremendous amount of strain from a lot of different reasons. COVID basically was the catalyst for this. We all of a sudden, when COVID started to decrease, the demand for air travel increased, and the schedules were changed and tried to meet this demand, and that put a strain on things. We had a lot of retired pilots that were taking early outs, pilots that were already on staff were taking early out retirements. We had new pilots coming into the workplace from experienced places. However, they were not involved with that particular airline's operation. So there's a lot of moving parts to why all of this might be occurring.
And critics may ask the question, how are the airlines not better prepared? I mean, they knew the pandemic at some point would come to an end, that travel would get back up to pre-pandemic levels. It happened. They were kind of left holding the bag, right? The passengers pay the price.
Yeah, well, it always seems that our customers always pay the price. It's hard to say, Marty, why after billions and billions of dollars that the government used to help maintain our infrastructure, the airlines, to maintain the company's health during the pandemic, and then they were great at shutting it down, but not so great at starting it up. I don't have an answer for you. I just don't think that anyone was prepared for the demand that surfaced.
The other component to this, Les, and you know this as well as I do, is the technology. And you can't blame the pandemic for that. I mean, some of these systems are decades old. I mean, we're running on antiquated systems when it comes to safety, some of it now being highlighted and may be surprising to a lot of people to hear.
Well, I agree with you. There are some antiquated systems, but really what it comes down to is the two humans up at the pointy end of that airplane when it comes to my perspective. There's a lot of things involved, a lot of balls in play. If you take each particular incident that you had put up on the screen earlier, there was some professional crews. Let's take the Austin situation with between Southwest and a landing FedEx airplane in very low visibility conditions. They were seeing before it even happened that there was an airplane on the runway. They were already situationally aware. And the reason I bring this up is because these are experienced pilots. So they had in their head what they may be faced to do, which is a go around, which is something that we practice all the time in training, that we're prepared to do. So in their heads, they were going through that very difficult, I wouldn't call it difficult necessarily, but it's a challenging maneuver, something that we don't do all the time. And they did it. So where I'm going with this is that the humans are eventually the fail-safe system.
Thank you for watching. Go to newsnationnow.com to find NewsNation on your television provider. And don't forget to click the red subscribe button below to get more of NewsNation's fact-driven, unbiased coverage.